Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. The most relevant, I think, part of this statement today is the recognition that we are set to experience a record fall in living standards in Scotland. The average real disposable income fallen by 4.1%. There are far too many people who are seeing their lives diminished in Scotland, the end of the paycheck before the end of the month. And in that context, it's disappointing that there is almost nothing in this document about a strategic approach to growing wages and helping household income for the vast majority of the population. And there is no answer, Presiding Officer, to the central question of our public finances, the £1.9 billion gap between the tax we collect and the policy commitments that this government have made. And the Cabinet Secretary has said in her statement she will not back away from tough choices for the decisions that she can control. But she's just not going to tell us about any of them today in the strategy that's put in front of us. And there's an invitation for other people to come up with those ideas. Part of the job of government is to set out where that gap is going to be addressed. So businesses and public services do have to plan ahead. They have to make decisions for the long term. And how are they supposed to do that when the government won't tell them where their plans are changing? And the much talked about tax policies of the new First Minister are, by the looks of this document, at least another year down the line. And it's astonishing in the context of the gap that we see. And Labour does look forward to that tax consultation.
Mr. Marra, could we get to the questions, please?
I shall, Presiding Officer. Who will be in the room and who will ask the questions? And it's little wonder then, is it not, Cabinet Secretary, that 58% of Scots feel that things in Scotland are headed in the wrong direction? Do you not agree with them?
Cabinet Secretary.
Well, what I would say to Michael Marra is that I recognise the impact on living standards that he outlined, and of course the main driver of that is the rampant inflation that is due to UK Tory economic mismanagement. What I would say about the focus on the economy and growing wages, that of course is exactly what NSET is about. It talks about a 10-year programme of growing the economy, growing wages, growing the sectors that are the most likely and have the biggest opportunity for Scotland to grow. All of that is set out. Now, Michael Marra asked me why I'm not setting out the budget today. Well, because this isn't a budget. This is a medium-term financial strategy. The plans and the policies and what we will spend on what will be set out fully in advance of the 2024-25 budget, and in advance of that we will make the decisions around that targeting, and of course the tax policy has to be set as part of the budget process, not during the MTFS. And what I would finally say is I'm happy to work with Michael Marra and his colleagues if they want to bring forward ideas. This isn't about passing the buck on to anyone else. The responsibility will lie with us to bring forward a balanced budget that sets out how we will make the ambitions of our key missions, one of which is about tackling poverty. And when you look at the spend on social security here in Scotland, one of the drivers of course, the financial pressures, I would hope that Michael Marra will not disagree.
Members, could we please, Cabinet Secretary, please resume your seat. I don't want all this chit-chat, and we also need to pick up the pace, with all respect, because we have 11 minutes or thereby, and we have 10 more members seeking to ask a question. I don't know if you have anything to add to that answer. Thank you, Cabinet Secretary.